Hello everybody, Ange here, and welcome back to Princess Principal, episode 5. I'm recording it the day after I recorded episode 4, uh, but for people on YouTube, it's gonna be 1 week later. For people on Patreon, which is a grand total of 0 people, it's gonna be the day after episode 4. In the last episode, which is still fresh in my memory, I confirmed that this series is really out of chronological order because episode 4 was mission 9, apparently, and we already had the Shinobi girl among us that was sent by the Japanese government. From what I gather, it's probably not called Japan, or maybe it is. I don't know, we don't know that yet. But she was sent by a foreign government to join the spy corps of the Commonwealth, and probably another one like her was sent to join the spy corps of the Kingdom of Albion. Because the nation that sent her is still on the fence which of those factions should they support. Should they support the Kingdom of Albion or should they support the Commonwealth? Hmm. Yeah, at first it seemed like we don't trust her, but in the end it turns out that it was probably Ange just being protective both of her and of the princess, because she was basically left in charge of being the princess's bodyguard. The Chise is her name. Yeah, Chise, the Shinobi girl. We also had to steal a prototype of a new device that the Kingdom of Albion devised with their ability to process Cavorite. That's right. To process Cavorite so well, they didn't have the ability to miniaturize it, which is the exact reverse of what the Commonwealth has. They can miniaturize things really well, but they're not that great at processing. So we couldn't allow the Kingdom of Albion to figure out both of those things because they would just be a dominant force. And in the end, we got not only just the prototype, but also the scientists and their entire lab. So I say that's a success. Princess really joined us as a fellow spy, it would seem, with her little pistol and her veil, which still kind of perplexes me. She's the one who should be masked up the most, and yet she's the one who wears just a sheer veil on her face. That's probably played up for the anime, for the story, and won't have any actual bearing on anything, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Did anything else happen? Yes, we had Dorothy with her secret mission of observing the princess, figuring out whether or not the princess is a double agent. Turns out she's not, but the command is still not convinced. But I think Dorothy will go easy on the princess still, because at least she is convinced. So we get that little bit of bonding. We also got the princess to, well, the subs would like us to believe, profess her love to Anjay, but the original dialogue used scheme, not I. So it's kinda iffy on that front. What did she really say? And did anything else worth of mention happen? Not really. No, that was basically the episode. The, what kind of an accent was that? That was basically the episode. We got some bonding, we stole some research, cute girls doing cute spying, as per usual, and I'm still wondering if I should rewatch it after I'm done watching it all, if I should rewatch it in chronological order. So, again, that question remains from the past episode. Should I do it? What's your opinion on that? Let me know down in the comments. Why is my nose so stuffy? Uh, Okay, had my coffee, had my breakfast. I think I'm ready. I have a glass of water with a slice of lemon. Because I did make myself some Melissa and strawberry tea, but it's far too hot to drink, so I'll have to make do with just water. Regardless, let's suit up. Let's give you the subs. And yeah, I think everything is set. We can start episode 5 of Princess Principal, version by Akihito Subs, in 3, 2, 1, go. We're on a ship now. Okay. Well, that's one way to remember a country. Okay, so we're gonna meet the Shinobi girl. We're gonna meet Chise here. And they're dressed up as maids. Okay, so did they send... So did they really send an assassin? Yeah. Princess is the key, as we already know. Principal. Princess Principal. Hey, it's almost a name drop. Did the Japanese really send an assassin? I thought it's where we meet Chise, but perhaps not. Together? Almost. That's a bit overboard. Yeah, you're in no position to speak about being weird. Ange's probably the weirdest of them all. She doesn't have a mechanical voice box, but she's still the weirdest. The volume is probably too high because I can barely hear myself, but I'm not complaining. When it comes to this OP, I'm not complaining that the volume is too high. You might, because I see that I'm peaking because I can't hear myself well, so I'll probably lower the volume after all. I will never be deceived. I'm a girl that sees through lies. Of course I know it all. Fly so high. Get across the wall. World awaits. I fucking love this OP. No joke, probably my favorite OP, like, ever. No joke. No kidding. Yes. Dorothy being Dorothy. Hmm. Already some mysteries. Again, the mother is out of the picture. Again, Dogeza. Like, I don't mind because it's Japanese people making this anime, so I don't mind that it's a little bit of a caricature, maybe. And here's Chise. So she's the assassin. I gotcha. How will they get her to join our white pigeon team? Are we in Wales? Fight scene on top of a train? I wonder what language they're speaking of. They're speaking in. Are they talking in English or are they talking in Japanese? And Dorothy joins the fray. Naruto run. Of course, she can deflect bullets with her sword. And Ange has the high ground. Damn, she's good. Damn. Okay. Okay, so apparently she's a friend. She's the anti-assassin. I love her eyebrows. I have a weakness for himabrows. And she's tiny. Like, we knew that she's short compared to uh, comparing her with Beatrice. She is tiny. That's true. That's true. And she's just sipping tea like nothing's going on. Can you go against the princess's wish? The most unlikely bodies. True. And now she cannot refuse. Nobody questioned her taking the card. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. in Japan, gods are everywhere. See that fancy rock by the roadside there? It's really fancy. That means that God lives there. I like that, honestly. And now we have a chance to show Chise's kindness. Pain, pain, go away. Yeah, pain, pain, go away. Yeah. Can you also make food more delicious by chanting Moe Moe Kyun? Or are we still too early for that? Oh, we have a rat on the inside. Oh, it's this dude again. Okay, so he's a recurring character. As if you knew. As if he knew exactly what's going on. We are planning to move her up. Sister, brother? No. Killer of the father. Okay. So we have a nice bit of motivation for her. Is this Jubei? Or Jubei's accomplice? Explosives? To separate the train. Yeah. They're now alone, and the guards are in the other part. Jubei. They really made him look like a Mortal Kombat character, didn't they? Boarding the train? Yeah. They have a minigun or something? No, just a cannon. Just a big fuck off cannon. Yeah, should have killed him. Yeah. But Chise wants to go too. Of course. Dogeza? Dogeza. That's a pretty scene. Pretty shot. If it means being able to rescue the princess, she will. Back in her spy clothes. So she can just launch herself using the G-ball. And now we also know that it's called a G-ball, short for gravity ball, I'm assuming. Yeah. They learned the way of the gun. Just cut the rope. Hmm. Yeah. And they just throwing each other. Yeah, you can't win with someone who can manipulate gravity. Just flies past the cart like it's nothing. Cut the rope. That's a sharp sword. Her metal... Her metal throat. Yeah. Saved her life. Ooh, that's a nice typesetting. See, that's why fan subs are better. Just gonna run past. And the sound design is again amazing. Yeah, that's a lot of blood. Which one is it, though? Okay. Damn, this sound. How does Ange know all that? I guess she prepared herself for a mission on the train. I shouldn't be surprised. Did he struck her? Okay. Now at least we can fight in a stationary place, on a stationary arena. Jubei is dead. Of course he is. Father, isn't it? He killed my father was just a metaphor for he became a person that I no longer can call my father, or something along those lines. just buried him in a random spot, chucked a rock on top of him. There he lies. Yeah. Yeah. It was a metaphor. Exactly. Man, that strikes close to home. And now Chise will join our team. And now she starts crying. Yeah. Not as easy to get rid of pain in your heart as it is to get rid of pain in your skin. It doesn't work that way. And Chise is a transfer student. Yep, here comes Chise. Yep. Okay. Right, because they did want to meet up with the queen of the kingdom. Yeah, just a handshake is enough. And again, that was no time at all. I can't believe that was the whole episode. Yet again, we got some bonding and we got some action. Nice balance. I think the OP and the ED show the duality of this show really well. Right? The OP is very high energy and talks about the action part of this series, and the ED is very calm, very slice of lifey almost, right? And they're just going, they're just in a car, going for a Sunday morning walk or whatever they're singing about. Okay, time to scrub through the episode. Yeah, Japanese people came here. What is that? Japanese country in Asia where they do that harakiri. Yes, I mean, you're not wrong, but maybe find some other way to some other thing to associate Japan with, not harakiri. Yeah, and there are assassination attempts. That is what our principal is for. Is our team called Principal by Control? I think it might be. Principal as in an entourage of the princess? I guess, maybe. You're deeply in your debt. Yeah, and what was it all about? I forgot. Did they just want... Oh, I think once we're inside, they talk what it's all about. The OP, again, just a masterpiece, a work of art. Yeah, just beautiful. Blasted off right. Okay, yeah, we are now in the cart. And here they're talking. The current terms are far too sided. Yes. They want to discuss the treaty or whatever. Let me maybe manually. I understand you came here to revise the treaty, Lord Horikawa. The current terms are far too one-sided. Okay. Of course, this is a result of our own ignorance. Right. Yeah, so they did have a treaty with the Kingdom of Albion, but by the end of this episode, we managed to sway them to the side of the Commonwealth. Although, as we know from the previous episode, they are still unsure. They are still on the fence. So that's nice. I missed the mission number, if there was a mission number shown in here at all. But I'm assuming it would be mission 8, mission 7, mission 8 probably. So Geza, and here we meet Chise. We have a really nice fight scene up here. Yeah, she just runs in with the sword. Some nice smear frames. And she can just deflect bullets with her sword. Deflect, deflect. And the animation is... The animation proper is on 2s or 3s, but the background is animated on 1s. That gives us a nice feeling of speed of the moving cart. Yeah, she's just a badass. But Ange can fly. That's a nice snappy shot. From the sword completely back, in a single frame, the sword completely extended. And Ange dodging it. Here we're getting some heft behind the strike, because there's this nice little smear, and she's spinning around, and again, very quick strike from the sword being all the way back there to a strike. And Ange blocks it with her gun. Yes, with the hammer of her gun, basically. And again, we have a very swift kick in a matter of a single frame, from a curled up leg to a kick. And Again, curled up leg, kick. See how big a difference is between those two frames? Ange can just fly and shoot while flying. I like how the background here is going all dark to emphasize the muzzle flash of the gun. It's basically like auto exposure on a camera, right? I had trouble taking a photo of my lighting setup to upload on Patreon. It's available for free for everybody if you want to check out how my lighting setup looks like. By the way, I had an issue because when I was taking a picture of it, it was just a bright white spot in the middle and completely black outside. I had to play around with manual exposure and whatnot, and yeah, because auto exposure will do that for you. If there is something super bright, it will darken the rest. And I really like this effect. And thus, yeah, and also I like the attention to detail here. Can I look at the hammer? Hammer is out. Although shouldn't it be the reverse? Because hammer has to strike the casing for it to fire. I think this should be the position of the hammer when it fires. Unless the exhaust of the fumes, the sheer force, just cocks the hammer right back out. Maybe I know nothing about guns. And now she cocks it back out by pressing the trigger. And you can see that as she presses the trigger, the hammer, yeah, the hammer goes out. And the hammer strikes again, and that's the shot. Okay, so maybe Ange just pressed the trigger as the muzzle flash was still up in the air. Now that's a little bit iffy, but only if you're watching it frame by frame, really. You can see how she slides on top of the train, right? Because the train and the background moves on ones, but she moves on twos. And now she doesn't slide, but when she was walking across, she was just shuffling, basically. And Ange is ready to fight. I like her stance. Gun in one hand, G-ball in the other. She's ready for anything. I kinda wish there were more games and more media in general, I guess, where you can use a gun and magic together. There's something cool about this combination of magic and technology. Nice long shot. And the world is truly vast. Right, I admire your skill or whatever. Oh no, don't go back, go forward. Think I would find such martial skill in the West. You impressed me too, so the story about you killing 100 men was hardly fake. And again, she can just deflect bullets. And again, nice snappy movements. And stop, she's not the enemy, she's not Junpei. Jubei. Yeah, she came here for the explicit purpose of killing Jubei. Put your sword away, and here we have the princess, just casually sipping tea, as if nothing's happening. I really admire her composure. I think that might be her second best asset, besides the fact that she's the princess and she can get anywhere. She's the key to any facility. Her composure. I want you to be Miss Chise's body. Of course, Ange is against it because Chise is a danger to the princess, and Ange wants nothing more than to keep the princess safe. Body means partner. Chise is also not too happy about it. This isn't funny if this girl is dangerous. It's all the more reason to put her under the watchful eye of someone I can trust. And we see Ange react to it immediately. She can't go against Princess's word, especially not when she sweet-talked her like that. And here we have this weird scene where everybody's playing cards and they're just walking through the cards, picking random cards and placing them in other people's decks, and nobody seems to pay it any mind. That's just an odd scene, if you ask me. It adds a little bit of that feeling of that unsettling feeling, especially combined with the music. And I think that's what they were going for here. A little bit unsettling, a little bit of a feeling as if Ange and Chise were kind of playing with each other during this conversation, but not directly. So it was emphasized by the fact that they are throwing the cards around. I wonder what was the thought process behind this scene. It really fascinates me for some reason. I came from Black Lizard Planet. I see that, so and she just takes it at face value. That's how we learn those martial arts skills. And even Ange is surprised. Like, what the fuck? I'm clearly lying here. There's no Black Lizard Planet, and you just trust me. Just blinks slowly. Princess Kaguya too came from the moon. It all makes sense. You have Selenites in Japan. Fictional native inhabitant of the moon from English author H.G. Wells. Selenites after Selene, Titan goddess of the moon from Greek mythology. See, that's why fan subs are great. That's why fan subs are great. Official subs would just throw you have moon people in Japan, or something like that. Or they would have said you have Selenites in Japan, but wouldn't elaborate on what Selenites are. We live close to the gods as well. Yes, yes, you do. Here we're outside, and we established two things, kinda. We established that Chise is sympathetic, that she's just nice because she helps a completely a boy who she doesn't know in the slightest. Someone, you know, completely I forgot the name. Completely foreign, I guess you could say. I don't know. And we also establish that she learns the spell Pain, Pain, Go Away, or Pain, Pain, Fly Away, or whatever her version was. Can I see what her version was? Aoi, 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 Fly Away, Fly Away. Doesn't rhyme as well as Pain, Pain, Go Away, but I guess Aoi, Aoi, Fly Away also works. Yeah, we established that she learned it from her father, right? There's something. I have to go back for a moment. Those crates kind of look rough. Those crates in the background here. No, a little way back. There's something about the animation of that boy standing up. Or maybe not. I had a feeling that it was like super smooth, too smooth almost, as if it was animated on ones, but now that I'm stepping through it, it's animated on twos and threes mostly. I don't know why I got that odd feeling. Okay, maybe that was this moment as he was turning towards her. A little bit back. Okay, stands up. Now again animated on threes. Weird. Why did I get this odd feeling here? I don't know. Doesn't matter. What did you do? An Eastern magic spell handed down to me from my father. So now we establish that her father was caring, right? And that she learned that pain, pain, go away spell from him. That it's in one way or another important to her, an important memory of her father. Only to kinda, well, not subvert, but to use that fact in the ending. He cast it for me many times in the past. He was a caring father. And yeah, there's this janitor who left a broom, and that broom probably points at the place on the railroad where the attack is planned. That's my suspicion. Between London and Maidstone. And here's the Duke of whatever that helps Todo-Jubei. Even though he has no interest in the Eastern nations, he just hopes that the princess will be caught up in the assassination plot. He hopes that Todo-Jubei will just blow up the cart or something and the princess will die alongside. He might be the antagonist of the series. We already know that he's a recurring character and that he has a grudge against the princess. Yeah. She may be only a figurehead, but she's fourth in line to the throne. We can be sure someone won't move her ahead. Oh, you don't even know, my dude. You don't even know. There are plans set in motion to move her ahead. And he's apparently opposed to the princess being moved ahead for some undisclosed reason. And we have this dude with an explosive in his leg. Is that explosive in his leg or is it on his leg? It's a bit unclear. Okay. It does seem like he has a prosthetic leg with an explosive inside. Okay, gotcha. Dorothy is on the case, thankfully. But she kinda screws up because she only shoots him in the arm instead of just killing him on the spot. I love the shake. The gun here. A little bit of a shake, she presses the trigger, and now we're getting this smoke, steam, and whatnot, and even more of a shake. Does the hammer move though? It does. Yep, the hammer does move. Attention to detail, people. Attention to detail. Yeah, he's striking the arm. And Dorothy can just parry a knife strike with her gun. She's a badass like that. And he just pulls the pin. Should have killed him. Explosion, and plans are set in motion. I like that change of I forgot what the name of this camera trick is, but you zoom out while changing the focal length of the lens, so the background goes further back, and the thing that's on the first plane gets zoomed in on. Although I think that might be caused by the train just moving. In any case, it's just a nice shot. They blew the hole in, connected the train with a bit of rope. Yeah. Thankfully, Dorothy is alright, but we knew that already. And she's back in her spy clothes. I'm always in awe, where are they getting those spy clothes from? Are they always wearing them and just wear a gown or a maid dress or things like that on top? Or does she find the time to change? Or I don't think we're ever gonna get an answer, and I don't think it really matters, so I'm just not gonna bother thinking about it. And she just catapults them with a nice booming sound. And they just fly in the direction of the other cart. And again, we're getting a nice display of sword fighting from Chise. Her strikes are a bit heftier here. We know that she can deflect bullets, but she doesn't even need to. She has the backup of Ange. And this is a nice scene because it establishes one more thing that I'm really happy about. Is that people actually die in this series. In the first episode, we established that people die because they just executed that one dude and threw his body into the Thames, or however you pronounce the name of that river in London. But from then on, nobody really died. People were like, okay, no, on the airship, people actually died. But more often than not, I feel like they went more for subterfuge and stunning people and smoking them out, putting them to sleep and whatnot. This is a nice re-establishment of the fact that yes, people in here die. It's not just cute girls doing cute things. True. So you gotta slow them down. And as we know, forgive me, so he is a traitor. For what reason, though? That's the question. Usually, if you betray your nation, you do it for a reason. What would that reason be? I do not know, but there must be one. Lord Horikawa, I am here for your life. Perhaps a faction that doesn't want peace with the Kingdom of Albion? Question mark. But in that case, we wouldn't be protecting Horikawa, or I guess we are protecting the princess, and princess is simply with Horikawa, so she's in danger by proxy. So to save the princess, we also have to save Horikawa. I think that's how it is. And Beatrice in action. Of course, she doesn't have the aim to actually shoot well because she wasn't trained in that. And she's struck in the neck. The just slamming into the wall makes her pass out. But thankfully, her neck is actually made of metal, so it saved her life. Otherwise, she would be just decapitated. That's another asset about Beatrice. I like that we are using her mechanical clockwork throat not only for whatchamacallit, not only for her ability to mimic other voices, but also in other ways that make sense. I like that. I like that we're not forgetting about this detail and about its implications. And incoming, Chise with some ninja darts, flipping around into the action. That's a really tall card, apparently, because she's able to do so many flips. And we're just getting a nice fight scene. And really nice typesetting. Another reason why fan subs are better. Again, spin and a kick. Landing. Okay, we need to slow down the card. Yes. There are chips on the blade. It's a nice detail again. Really nice attention to detail. And Princess just runs past them as if nothing's wrong. I guess she realizes that Jubei is focused on Chise, or that Chise will use any lapse in reaction, any lapse in judgment from Jubei, so that he cannot allow himself to be distracted by the princess. Doing some cartwheels, because why not? Some flippity flaps. And strike, sparks. And again, we're using the trick of moving the background on ones and moving character on twos, which kind of creates those oddities when you go through it frame by frame, right? Of it looking like character PNG sliding along the background, but it's really not visible when the scene actually plays out. That's a nice frame. Really adds that oomph to her strike. And of course, we cannot forget about the sound design, because we've already established it, but the sound design in Princess Principal is just stellar. And yeah, we show her strike, and we don't even show it connecting. We just show the his hat being cut and flying off. And then he gets to strike. She swaps the grip on her katana from hammer grip to ice pick. Double-handed ice pick. And then right-handed hammer. And double-handed hammer. That really shows her mastery over the sword in a really nice way. How she's able to just juggle it around, throw it around, change the grip at a moment's notice. Yeah, we just continue the fight, and it's a really nice fight. What else can I say? This was a moment, and I was kind of wondering, does Ange think the princess should know what all those levers and all those rotating things and all those valves are? But no, Ange actually explains what those are. Close the regulator valve. Should the princess know which one is it? Use the red lever. That's better. If there's only one red lever, then she knows which one to pull. And she pulls the red lever. Open the bypass valve. That's a lot of steps to slow down a cart, isn't it? Slow down a train. And brake. And we are braking. And as we are braking, as we're coming to the climax of the chase itself. Yep. We did it! We are also coming to the climax of the Battle of Chise. I like how her hair are all frayed out. Really like this detail. Yeah, Junbei is dead. You've grown stronger, Chise. That's the moment we know. That's the moment that tells us that he is Chise's father. I guess this dude also knows that Junbei is Chise's father because he says, Chise, you, instead of being, thankful or grateful or happy, it's like, Chise, you killed your father, right? And that's left here unspoken, unsaid. Please be at ease. As promised, I have slain the traitor to the Jubei. Just matter-of-factly, I have slain the traitor. But we do linger a little bit longer on her obstructed face. Right? For effect. That it wasn't just a simple kill. That's what it tells us. Yeah, we just buried him in a random spot somewhere in the countryside. The caring father who taught me the sword was dead. The man resting here is nothing more than a traitorous assassin. Yeah, the trope of that person, I buried that person long ago, now I'm just burying their body. That hits close to home. I also metaphorically buried my father before he was actually dead. Is this really what you wanted? Probably not. Probably not. I have no need for your sympathy. She plays hard here. Rather, I am proud. I was able to surpass my father. You're not wrong, but I think you'd rather not ever be in a position where you had to surpass him. Or at least not this way. Dorothy's waiting. Thank you for keeping Princess safe. That's what matters most here. Not the foreign officials, right? Not the Horikawa princess is what matters here. And that ties into what I figured out in the last episode, that we're not supposed to care about nations here, we're supposed to care about people. And that really confirms it. That we should care about Princess, that we should care about Ange, we should not care about the foreign officials from Japan, we should not care about the Kingdom of Albion, we should not care about the Commonwealth. None of that matters. The people here matter. And here we have this moment of pain, pain, go away, not working. She says she's proud, she smiles, she says that it wasn't her father, but deep inside she knows that she wishes it went any other way, that it didn't have to end like this. It won't. That's the kind of pain that only time will heal. And maybe some therapy, but I don't think there is psychotherapist in Victorian England. Maybe there are, I don't know. And we're back at school. We are back to the cute girls doing cute things portion. We're glad to have you, Chise. Yeah, she just joins us as an exchange student. With her sleeves being far too long for some reason. Todo Chise. Transfer student. Everybody's chill about it except Beatrice. Yeah, and Beatrice is just weirded out about why the fuck are you people so chill about it? She's a foreign assassin. I know that she helped us, but she's a foreign assassin. And yeah, they struck a deal. I introduced Lord Horikawa to Control. I thought he might switch over to Commonwealth. And in the end, he probably will. Because I don't think we will lose Chise from our team in the upcoming movies. Yeah, don't do Geza. Just shake my hand and we're good. Yeah. Now we formed yet another bond in this show. Ugh. Man, another episode that just blasted past. I honestly don't even know what more to say about it. Because I just absorbed everything here and I didn't even notice the passage of time. So it's hard for me to recall any particular events, I guess, because it seems like it was such a short time. I'm glad that we finally got a proper introduction to Chise, and I think I know what kind of structure this show is going for. In one episode, we introduce some concept, we introduce something. In the next episode, we explain how it came to be. In the first episode, we introduced our spies, and we introduced the princess being among them. In the second episode, we've shown how the princess came to be among them. Right? In the third episode was mostly standalone, I guess. Although it established Beatrice as a character and it established her bonds with the rest of her characters, I guess, especially Ange. Um, episode 4 set us up with Chise, the whole mystery of what she's doing here, right? That she was apparently injected into their spy cell by a foreign nation, by the Japan, by the Japanese. And we were left wondering how that came to be. And now in episode 5, we answered that question. Right? So I'm guessing that's mostly the structure we're going for. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's it. and I really don't think I have anything more to say about it. Like, I already spoke about how great the animation is during the fight scenes, how great the sound design is. I can't talk about it enough, just how great the sound design is. We spoke a little bit about the another bond that was created during this episode. There's some more political drama as well unfolding. Is the Duke of Normandy, I think he was. He's gonna be a recurring character, I feel, because he really wants to get rid of the princess for some reason. He'd rather have anybody else on the throne rather than her, currently. We don't know why. Is he onto her plan to reunite the nation, and he doesn't want that to happen? Or is there any other reason why he wouldn't want that to happen? We don't know that yet, and I hope we will get to know that eventually. Or perhaps not. Who knows? Maybe if not in the season, then in the movies, or in another season if it ever comes out. I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to predict the future, you know. It's something that hasn't happened yet, so it's very hard to speak anything about it. And I've been already talking for an hour and 12 minutes, so I think it's high time to just end this episode here. As always, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Leave your comments down below what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my reaction. What do you think is the reason that the Duke of Normandy has a grudge against the princess, and what does he stand to gain by killing the princess, by getting rid of her? Just no spoilers, please, right? If you've already seen the whole series, don't spoil me the reason. If you're watching it alongside me, then please do share your thoughts, because I wonder. Subscribe if you want to be notified about future releases, and support me on Patreon if you want to watch Princess Principal 1 week early, about 1 week early, between 6 and 7 days early. Usually, I think I'm back into the swing of things, so that's the cadence in at which I will be releasing new episodes. 1 week early on Patreon, then after a week, the exact same video goes public for everybody to see. And it's gonna be it. As always, do all the good stuff, guys, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers.